Want to lose weight and keep eating? For you.
What? In my financial situation.
Dating a man or a woman with children and my opinion about it, obviously. Thank you so much for asking me. I love talking about stuff like this, okay? Don't get me wrong. I don't really enjoy kids that much, but I enjoy talking about it. We're talking about dating people with kids, dating man with a kid, dating woman with a kid, okay? If you're gay or trans, that might be like a different thing. I just don't know about that. I actually have the worst gaydar ever. I was also raised like this as well, by the way, so I know what it's like to have sharing parents. We have to consider the fact if they were married before, if they were just dating before, if it was an accident. Another thing you want to consider is how close and not close that person and their ex is, or the person that they have the kid with. That matters, obviously, because if you're dating someone who is still emotionally tied to them in some way, which it's kind of inevitable subconsciously, that is its own entity with mom and dad. That cannot go away. That's never gonna go away. Unless they're like really separated, it doesn't even matter. It still might work out. What I mean is, like, the relationship might have to mend at some point for the sake of the child. And you have to ask yourself if you're really ready for that. If you're a parent, nothing should not revolve around your child. Your life, dating somebody else who has a kid, is going to revolve around that child. Also the age of when it happened, like, meaning, were you young or was it like a month ago? Also how old the kid is. If they're 13 or 14, or if they're 5, or if they're 2 or 6 months, they're obviously gonna require a lot more time, honey. I also wanna give my sweater a shout out on that note. This is a Married to the Mob childless. How many days a week will this person be with their kid? Maybe they only have them once a week, you know, then it's not that much time happening. Also, you want to consider how the other person feels about having kids and how they feel about you having kids. So you want to have that conversation with them ahead of time. If there's someone who doesn't want kids, that's probably not going to work. If they're looking to have kids in the future, like near future, that's definitely doable. It's your responsibility to shape them to be a good kid. The new generation that's going to come out is coming out because of how you raise your kid. So if you want to give them a crappy childhood and not care about them and care more about the person you're dating, not your child, you're going to have a really, really hard time. This is the most important thing that I want to get out in this video. And this is how I really feel. I feel like if I had kids, really, I would want to date someone else who has kids, okay? That is, like, for me, the win-win situation of life, okay? I have a girlfriend and she has a daughter. She was 2. She started dating this guy who also had a kid, and it was a boy who was 2 years old as well. My daughter and his son get along so well. We all just go on play dates and spend time together, and guess what? Like, they're getting married. You're combining families. It's not a joke. Family is not a joke. Who you decide to be in your family is not a joke. I have another friend who has dated also men with kids, older, you know, like 13, and you know, didn't work out so much. You know, yeah, they're teenagers, a pain in the ass, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, you know, of course, the life is going to revolve around them, but it's also going to be on you to be kind of showing them that motherly figure or fatherly figure, if you will. This is also something else that I think is very important about being a parent in general. But if you're a parent and your main concern is about your new partner in your life and not about your child, that might not end very well. Less chance that your child is gonna grow up successfully because of your behavior. That's the bottom line. I mean, you're only as good as you put out there, as I've said.
What I just said.
I also think it's very important that the person who has kids and wants to start dating, make sure you have your shiz together, okay? Have a job, yes, money, have stability. don't be a jealous person when it comes to your new partner or when it comes to your old partner. Just don't do it. You're already creating issues. Everything can be a lot more simple if it's just chill. You know? Grow up. Just in general, like, grow up, okay? God, if you don't have a kid, you don't have to grow up. Look at me. I'm good, you know. I don't want to grow up. I'm still having a good time. I'm just not there. Your kids are going to either like you or not like the person you're dating. That's what I'm talking about, as the person you're dating. I mean, yeah, listen to your kid, but don't let your kid decide your decisions, okay? That's on you. Pray a lot, you know, pray a lot that your kid is going to be a good kid. Seriously. Pray that your kid is going to be accepting of the other person that you're seeing, and pray that the person that you're seeing is going to be a great fit for your kid. Find someone who also has kids so y'all can just do stuff together and nobody has to worry about anything. When is it a good time to date someone with kids? If you're the other person on the other side, not the one with the kid, but coming into the relationship. Make sure you're ready. You know, that's a big commitment. Personally, that's why I can't be in a relationship with someone who has a child, just because I don't want to go into a relationship with someone who's already kind of started a family when I haven't even started my own. No, for me. I'm sorry, it's just, I don't want to be involved. It's just a little weird for me, and you know, I feel like if I did have kids, which who knows, I'm not tripping on it, that's for sure. I kind of feel like I know we could talk about this. It's just because I was raised in this, okay? I have 4 parents, okay? I have 4. So lucky, so blessed. I couldn't ask for a better scenario. I really think it's better than even having 2 parents. If I'm not getting along with one family, I would go to the other family, and trust me, I grew up with that all the time. Mom, dad, if you're watching this, you know how that was. My dad, he was a workaholic, which is awesome. So he hustled that money, even if it wasn't a lot. He took me here, there, XYZ. When I was 7, he took me to Paris, and I've become a travel junkie since then. My mom got married to my stepdad when I was 6, so my stepdad was not gonna let go of my mom. Seriously, he wasn't. You know, you weren't. Yeah, I know I started when I was 2, so, you know, he's been a really good man. I'm so thankful that he is a good man, and he had kids. My mom had a kid. Do you see how that works out? Now their kids were older, but you just have to learn to get along, you know? So cohesive. I love my nails. Okay. We're talking about kids. My dad's a tough one. He's very stubborn, like most men are. The entire time he's probably playing the field. 9 years old in the car, my dad's like, oh, I'm seeing this one girl, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, but you never introduced me to any of them. So never met one of his girlfriends ever until my graduation day in high school. Probably out there just being a guy. That's how I know guys, because my dad's the one who put me up on my game. I'm gonna make videos, trust me. All 4 of my parents are still together thus far. It's amazing to just see. Obviously, I've seen their issues. They obviously have their issues, and I've seen them work out their issues. My stepmom didn't have a kid. She wanted one very badly. Now I have a little brother. I have 2 brothers, actually. One's from my mom and my stepdad. One's from my stepmom and dad. So I have a 20-year-old brother and a 5-year-old brother, and it's super weird. No hard feelings, you know. I'm not here to say, if you have kids, you're not as good. No. That's what you're blessed with. Live with it. I just think if you want a stable, successful relationship, you need to be dating somebody who has the same mentality as you when it comes to kids, as well as ideally having a kid, you know? Otherwise, I think there's gonna be a lot of issues that arise from someone who doesn't have a kid coming into a relationship with someone who does. The exes, and I've seen it. I've seen a lot of really horrible things. Thank you for watching. I will be coming out with other videos on who knows. Hit me up in the comments on here. More than happy to respond. And if you just want to say anything or fight with me, go right ahead. You can try. No, I'm just kidding. Please don't.